It's going to be a long weekend. I'm going to get some rest this weekend. Look at God. Thank you very much for joining us on Good Morning Grenada. Happy to have each and every one of you joining us. Those of you on the GBN Television Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, those of you watching on GBN channel 7, 11 and 20, and of course the loyal listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9, Hot 98.5, 98.7. Good morning to all the folks joining us across the Caribbean. Those of you internationally tuning into the program this morning, thank you once again for joining us. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. It's time for this morning's word of the day. This morning's word of the day is rife. Rife. R-I-F-E. Rife. It's an adjective which means prevalent, especially to an increasing degree. Rife. The English word rife comes from the Germanic connections, many of which have been handed down to us from Old English, and rife is one of those words. Not a whole lot has changed with rife in its long history. We continue to use the word for negative things, especially those that are widespread or prevalent. Examples are shoplifting was rife, or the city was rife with greed and corruption. Rumors and speculation are also frequently described as rife, but rife can also be appropriately used for good or neutral things. For example, you might speak of the summer garden being rife with scents. Word of the day, rife, R-I-F-E. It's an adjective which means prevalent, especially to an increasing degree. An example of the use of the word: students soon graduating from these programs are facing a job market rife with layoffs, hiring freezes, and cancelled internships. Another example of the use of the word: red-tailed hawks and some other raptors have learned that our highways are rife with rodents, so they perch on light poles, nearby trees or signs, and wait to spot a meal. Word of the day this morning, rife, R-I-F-E, an adjective which means prevalent, especially to an increasing degree. And this morning's quote of the day is very simple, no explanations needed. It says, "May your Friday sparkle." May your Friday sparkle. All good things, positive vibrations, positivity, forward ever, backward never. That's the motto this morning. May your Friday sparkle. Yep, it's very simple, very easy. Let's do this. All right, let's see what's celebrated today very quickly. A few things celebrated, but what I would note, today it is Avocado Day, or as we call it here in Grenada, pear. Not pear, right? Pear. It is Avocado Day, ripe for the picking. Add this delicious superfruit to your menu on Avocado Day, July 31st, 2020. While guacamole is grand, don't settle for just the chips and dip on this food holiday. Since avocado is so versatile, clear the table for the entire meal. That includes everything from the appetizer and main dish all the way to dessert. So on Avocado Day, this tree-grown fruit has them all covered, so let's all celebrate. Avocado Day, aka Pear Day. So get yourself a pear or two, an avocado of two, and indulge a little bit today. They say it's full of the good fat, and you can taste it and feel it when you eat it. There are some people that don't like avocado. Y'all are strange. Avocado is so nice. Y'all weird. All right, today it is also Mutt Day. Mutt, M-U-T-T, Mutt Day. Dogs are special, and there are oodles of national and international holidays to prove it. But unlike most of our doggy days, Mutt Day on July 31st focuses on the mixed breed dogs who sometimes get overlooked. This holiday inspires people to learn more about adopting one. Today it is Mutt Day, so all you doggies, mixed breed doggies, today is their day. Give them a little extra cuddle today. Those of you who are thinking of adopting a new pet, today just might be the day to do so. The GSPCA, the Grenada... Oh, look how I forgot what GSPCA mean. Anyway, I don't know who I'm talking about. The clinic. That's right. The clinic always has pets available for adoption, so head on down there today and see if you can adopt it. You can check out their Facebook page. They're always posting the cats and dogs that they have available for adoption. So just check out their Facebook page and see if you see one that catches your eye and your heart, and adopt one today. It is Mutt Day, so it's only fitting that you welcome a new member of the family today. So check them out, GSPCA, and see what you can do for an animal or a pet in need. All right, let's see what is happening today. Just a reminder that the Ministry of Education's summer program began yesterday, Thursday. The program is being held at 4 centers island-wide. It starts daily at 9 a.m. The students from St. Patrick, St. Mark, and St. John, the center is at the Bonaire Government School in St. Mark. Students in St. George, the center is the St. George's Anglican Senior School. The students from St. David should go to the Crowshoe RC School, and students from the Big Parish should go to the St. Andrew Methodist School. Keep in mind that the summer program is for the students who did not get placement following the CPEA. And this is part of remedial works to ensure that they are up to date with the information, so that next year, God willing, they'd have better chances of getting placement. So again, if you have a grade 6 student who was not successful, make sure that they attend the summer program. And finally, weather officials, meteorological officials around the world are continuing to monitor activities. According to Caribbean Online Weather, there are currently no tropical storm or hurricane warning or watches for any of the islands in the Caribbean. Tropical storm, they say it's pronounced, hold on, I want to make sure I get it right. Isaias? It's not Isaias. It's Isaias. Something like that. It wreaked havoc in islands up the north. Puerto Rico, I've seen pictures of flooding in Puerto Rico as high as waist high. I saw a lady wading through water waist high. There's massive flooding taking place in Puerto Rico for one. I've also seen footage of damage in Trinidad and Tobago. I am not from Isaias. Another system passed south. So all I see in the north and in the south and Grenada just chilling in the middle. We blessed. So just reach out to your Caribbean brothers and sisters. They are continuing to deal with the weather. Antigua, I know as well, was also affected by the tropical storm. So reach out a hand to our brothers and sisters across the region and see if they need assistance, what assistance they may need as we continue to go through the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season. All right, let's get ready for the morning edition of news for those of you on radio and those of you on television. Highlights of last evening's newscast. Good morning, Grenada. Classic GBN Hot 98. We'll be right back. It's the weekend.
Welcome back. A new COVID-19 case was announced yesterday, and that sent the country into panic mode. Today, the Health Minister, Nicholas Steele, is presenting what could be deemed as a more encouraging picture. Yesterday, he announced Grenada's 24th COVID-19 case in Parliament and said that there were other results pending. Today, Mr. Steele told GBN's Rena Pay that the results are in and the news is positive.
Grenada's latest COVID-19 case is a male over 60 years. He is asymptomatic and, according to health officials, is doing well. He arrived on a flight from the USA last Wednesday and is currently in quarantine. Acting Chief Medical Officer Sean Charles explains that the individual presented a negative PCR test before taking the flight, but may have been infected after and just before traveling. Meanwhile, Minister of Health Nicholas Steele says the test results of the other passengers are negative.
All of these individuals had negative PCR tests before they boarded the flight. Keeping in quarantine allows us to safeguard the population of Grenada from what we know, which is that the virus does have an incubation period, that a PCR test is a snapshot at that point in time, and that between then, the virus the person could have been infected and then the virus begins to increase its viral load in the body, or the person could have interacted with someone after that test and then become infected. So that is why we insist on maintaining, especially for red zone countries, maintaining that quarantine period.
Minister Steele says the new case shows the importance of following the established protocols.
This case and the timing of it justifies that, but the maintaining of the various safety measures and protocols, because we can never be too cautious. We don't want to create too many restrictions, but we don't want to do, as we're seeing with other countries where they have reopened too much or too quickly or so and have to close back. I would prefer that, and really it is our desire, that as we open, we stay open. And that's why we must do it cautiously with the various regulations. That's why, unfortunately, as I said in Parliament yesterday, unfortunately we cannot have Carnival as we know it this year.
The 24th case comes after 6 weeks of Grenada being COVID-19 free. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Opposition leader Tobias Clement may finally see some action. For several months, he has been expressing frustration with the lack of full access to what is supposed to be his office in the Parliament building. He has been assured that this will finally be addressed.
Speaker of the House of Representatives, Michael Pear, says he will look deeper into ensuring opposition leader Tobias Clement gets the keys to his office.
I'm a bit confused about the fact that you don't have access to an office. One of the largest offices on the area where the offices are belong to the leader of the opposition. There's an office for the leader of the opposition, the leader of government business, both from the House and the Representative and the Senate. There is an office for the Speaker of the House, one for the President of the Senate, and one for the Prime Minister.
The issue of a proper office to house the opposition leader is one raised on several occasions, and it was once more raised before the Parliament on Wednesday.
You know, Mr. Speaker, on the 14th of April, I moved to the Governor General and asked for the instrument, and I got the instrument. And when I did, I know you guys wish me well. I came in here into the Parliament of our country because I know that there is a position, there is an office, for the Secretary of the Clerk of Parliament, because I was told that when the building was constructed, these facilities were placed there. I asked that the gentleman show me the office, and he said he could not because he doesn't have the keys. The keys for the Parliament building is controlled by a worker from the Ministry of Works. So I cannot get into any of the offices. You know, up to this point, today, Mr. Speaker, I do not have a key if I want to come into the Parliament building. I have to check the security to let me in.
Several members supported Clement's need for proper office space, including Parliamentary Representative Anthony Bosween, who appealed to the powers that be to give some dignity to the leader of the opposition.
I must say that I'm a bit concerned when the leader of the opposition, as the leader of the opposition, he does not have an office, so he cannot access his office. I think this is unfortunate, and I must say that, because his position is statutory. It is almost mandatory that he should have an office, and if there are any obstacles in the way of the leader of the opposition having his office, I believe that those obstacles should be removed. And I'm not talking in terms of Tobias Clement as a member for St. George Northeast. I'm talking about the leader of opposition, regardless of who. It could be him today, it could be somebody else tomorrow.
Social Development Minister Delma Thomas and Minister for Tourism Dr. Clarence Modest-Cowan also gave their support to Clement. The issue on the office space was part of a motion tabled by Tobias Clement. However, it failed to get the full nod for passage in the House.
Mr. Speaker, there is a reason why I asked the question, that I be shown the floor plan of the office space provided. because I was called that there is such an office here, but it was not given to me as leader of Her Majesty's opposition. I wonder who has that office today.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
And staying with news from Parliament, the Social Development Minister Delman Thomas says officials have discovered something troubling during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown. According to her, the discovery was made while distributing funds to elderly citizens who receive assistance through the SEED program.
During that period, we discovered some things, Mr. Speaker, that families were doing to their own families, Mr. Speaker, and it makes you think twice, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when some elderly persons received $300, it was the first time they were receiving $300. In fact, their children, sometimes grandchildren, made them believe that they were still receiving $200. When more than a year, we have increased that, Mr. Speaker. We have discovered, Mr. Speaker, in the villages that there were parents where children wasn't even aware that they were on the SEED program because parents were taking these monies and used for themselves, and sometimes the very children were left at home, Mr. Speaker.
As relates the support offered to children, the minister said COVID-19 period has also exposed some issues.
The COVID period, some parents and guardians who relied or received child maintenance allowance experienced difficulties that affected their ability to provide for the children. It also impacted the contributing parent who had little to no savings, self-employed or daily paid, and were mandated by the court. So we hope, Mr. Speaker, that as a government, we will come up with creative ways in terms of finding employment or creating employment. We have to be thinking out of the box as policymakers. We have to look at new ways and new policies in dealing with the issues, the social and other issues that confront our people.
So, when will cinemas and other businesses whose doors still remain closed open up for patrons? A question that remains unanswered as some employees are left at home pondering the future. GBN, seeking an answer to this all-important issue, posed the question to Minister for Health, the Honourable Nicholas Steele. Jared Joseph has the details.
Daycares were the latest to be granted permission to operate under the emergency powers regulations. However, some businesses are still left in limbo. Employers and employees of these entities are most likely feeling the financial crunch after closing their doors since March. Now, 4 months into the pandemic, the likely revenue for these categories of workers, being income support under the government stimulus package, a silver lining is looming. Health Minister Nicholas Steele says they are hopeful that all businesses can reopen within the next few months.
It is my sincere hope that most, if not all, businesses can open up. We most definitely don't want to keep this restriction going on indefinitely. And we've been working with, for instance, the cinema owners did give us a proposal. And I do believe that proposal would be accepted and they would be able to.
He says the business owners have been very cooperative in working towards seeking a solution or method for reopening.
It's under a new norm. They understand, like most other people, that they have to make adjustments, and they expressed a willingness to make adjustments. And I think those, by all appearances, seem appropriate in terms of reducing the risk as much as possible. And I want to stress on that. It is reducing the risk as much as possible. It's not removing the risk, it's reducing the risk.
I am Jared Joseph for GBN News.
Well, there's something positive for the young people of Guav. Following the recent murder in the area, the cry from residents is for young people to be meaningfully engaged. For the first time, a marine environmental program specifically targeting youths has been launched.
Capacity building and livelihood opportunities for Guav youth through marine conservation is a program that was launched last Tuesday. 20 young people, including 9 females interested in pursuing a career in the marine sector, signed up for the project. Ronald Baldio, Executive Director of the Grenada Coral Reef Foundation and coordinator, outlines the components of the program.
Pilot project where we are working with 20 youths from Guav over the next year in marine environment and conservation measures. The program would be conducted one evening every week and on weekends. And it's a pilot project, and based on the success, it can be replicated to other areas around Grenada. They will be trained in scuba, receive their certification and so, and taking part in coral gardening. A portion of the reef of Guave will be adopted by the youths, and they would be taking care of it like a flower garden, you know, and planting corals and so to restore those degraded areas.
Baldio explains why Guave was designated for the pilot project.
We thought it was fitting to start to do this program in Guave, you know, and Guave again because you have a new MPA that is being, you know, worked on right now. At the end of the program, what we're trying to do with the youths is to build their competence in, you know, and the skills and marine-related work, and you know they can find employment in different sectors of the fishing and the marine industry, you know.
Participants will be exposed to both the practical and theoretical aspects of the project.
I would say maybe 70% of the program will be practical activities, field trips to different areas around Grenada, dealing with, you know, the marine ecosystem, going to Carriacou, going to neighboring MPAs like in Union Island, and visiting PSV where they're doing some coral restoration. And we're also doing other activities with them that, you know, like computer skills and conflict resolutions and so.
Upon completion, participants will receive their scuba and first aid certificates. The project is being funded by the Global Environment Facility through the Small Grants Program in Grenada in collaboration with the Ministry of Climate Resilience. Lena John, GBN News.
And from the marine world, we're going to take a health check. Where should you wear your mask? The COVID-19 pandemic has made it necessary for every person to wear a mask covering when venturing outside of the home. In this week's GBN Health, we take a look at the appropriate way to wear the mask. GBN Health comes to you compliments Gittins Healthcare.
Since the implementation of the COVID-19 Act that made it mandatory to have the face covering when outside of the home, Grenada has seen a number of innovative styles and designs which resulted in tailors, seamstresses and craftsmen capitalizing on the regulations. Over the past few months, police have addressed the proper way of wearing a mask or face covering, what is acceptable and unacceptable. Dr. Sean Charles, Acting Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health, explains the importance of wearing the mask, contrary to claims that the mask is not an effective tool in the prevention and control of the virus.
Masks are important public health tools, especially when you are dealing with infectious or contagious respiratory diseases. What we must remember is that when we talk or when we laugh or when we sing or shout, and even when we cough and we sneeze and so on, we release tiny particles into the air, all right? And these particles can carry germs that can infect other persons. When you wear a mask, you are limiting the amount of these particles that are spread into the air. And the mask also protects the wearer from splashes and so on that come from other persons.
The appropriate way to wear a mask was detailed by Dr. Charles, who pointed out that due care and attention should be given when removing the mask.
When someone wears a mask, the mask should cover the nose and the mouth. Similar to how I have these masks here, all right? It should cover both your nose and your mouth, all right? Now, care must be taken when putting on the mask, but especially when the mask is being removed, all right? Before putting on the mask, the individual must clean and sanitize their hands, so wash your hands with soap and water, or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. some of the more common masks that are available now come with a loop that goes around the ear. When putting the mask on, all right, it should be handled by the loops, all right, by the loops that are secured behind the ears.
People are reminded that wearing the masks over the mouth only defeats the purpose of the face covering, as droplets can be inhaled through the nose. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
Welcome back. Talk about value being added is being put to action by the Nutmeg Association. It's converting nutmeg shells into potting soil. Officials say that the nut moss potting mix works best when combined with the imported mix, but there's a possibility it could be used by itself. Let's get more on that from Karima Lewis of the Ministry of Agriculture.
This product, which is made up of ground-up decomposed nutmeg shells, can serve as a replacement to the normal potting mix used by farmers in the germination of seeds. With an aim to raise awareness about the project, the GCNA called together some members of the business community, as well as nursery operators at the Caribbean Research and Development Institute, CARDI, on Thursday for a demonstration session showing the effects of the product.
We're happy that the association is putting forward another local product that could eventually maybe replace the imported one that we normally sell, right? So we are happy for it, and we are basically ready to be able to have that product in our stores to offer to our farmers.
The nut moss is a good initiative going forward. I think you have a lot of benefits from it that farmers could gain from it. Definitely it should make a drastic impact in the lands and farmers on a whole.
Ministry of Agriculture representative Ronald O'Neill speaks on the benefits the GCNA can gain from this product.
It's significant because of the solving for the GCNA, in addition to being an income earning product. Now, for every 1,000 pounds of nutmeg that is processed by the GCNA, 300 pounds of nutmeg shells are generated, right? So if we consider that last year around 600 tons of nutmegs were exported by the GCNA, if we do the quick math, we have about 400,000 pounds of nutmeg shells being generated as a result.
The session was facilitated by CARDI representative Reginald Andel as he presented on the use and application of the product using examples of plants from the Institute's nursery.
59 students are receiving scholarships from the Grenada Cooperative Bank this year. They're being awarded under its annual Super Starter Education Investment Program. Beneficiaries are selected from each parish, including Carriacou and Petite Martinique. This year, some changes have been made, and this has opened up a new avenue for 28 silver category scholarships valued at $1,200 per year for primary level students. And those in the gold category receive a laptop and $2,500 per year to fund their secondary education. Those listed as the platinum scholars receive $3,000 and a laptop while attending the T.A. Marichaud Community College. 2 scholarships are provided for university education, each valued at $45,000. 213 scholarships have been awarded over the past 11 years. The bank says it has pumped more than $800,000 into the program thus far. And we congratulate the recipients. And we're moving on to have a little bit of fun now. The Grenada Distillers has launched a new promotion for summer 2020 with an aim to provide some level of relief for those who are missing Carnival this year. The company launched its Missing the Mass summer promotion this morning. Operations Manager Kirk Cedarhill says the promotion will last for 3 months with an ultimate prize of a Clark's Court beach party with food and drinks and music for the winner and 10 of their friends.
What you do is you purchase any 750 ml bottle of Clark's Court Pure White or Special Dark, internationally award-winning Pure White or Special Dark 750 ml. Attached to the bottle, you will see a little purple and yellow sticker and a gold surface where you can scratch off. Once you scratch off that area, it will reveal the different prizes that you can win.
The promotion will end in September, and it's only for people who are over the age of 18.
You can win prizes from Digicel Top-Up, smartphones, Spice Mask merchandise, Clark's Court Mason jars, Clark's Court hydration packs, domino sets, rum products. We have a variety of rum products. You could also win luggage tags, shot glasses, and of course we have a grand prize of the ultimate Clark's Court party for you and 10 friends.
I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983 they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and the programs including Financial Literacy Quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso Program, Junior Cooperatives in Secondary Schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC Grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website, otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Are you looking
looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
5 things you need to know about self-isolation. Stay home. If you are told to self-isolate, it means staying at home, not going to work, school, or other public places, and you should not have any visitors. Separate yourself. If you live with others, then you need to stay in a well-ventilated bedroom with the door shut. If you have to share a bathroom, then use it after everyone else. Don't share towels and toiletries, as this may put others at risk. Call ahead. If you develop symptoms such as a fever or cough, then seek advice first by calling the Ministry of Health's hotline at 538-4787 or 458-4787. Please do not show up at a medical center or hospital, as this may put others at risk. Take care with waste. If you test positive, your waste should be double bagged and disposed of separately. Create a buddy system. If you live on your own, you can plan with friends and family to check in with each other and run essential errands if one becomes sick. Once sick, they should leave groceries on the doorstep. Why it's important. COVID-19 causes a mild illness for 4 out of 5 persons. Self-isolating will help protect the older generation and those who may have underlying health problems from getting infected.
The following are a list of food items to have on hand amidst COVID-19. Perishables like vegetables, fruits, provisions, and eggs. You are advised to stock perishable items to last up to 2 weeks. Non-perishable items including dry goods like cereals, flour, cornmeal, oats, rice, pasta, nuts and nut butters like peanut butter, crackers, canned or frozen meats, ready-to-eat canned meats, powdered or canned milk, dried peas and beans, canned fruits in natural juices, 100% canned fruit juices, and canned vegetables. You can stock non-perishable food items to last up to 1 month. Store bottled or clean drinking water, 1 gallon or more per day per person. If you suffer from a medical condition, have prescribed medications on hand. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council as we battle COVID-19.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. Those of you just joining us, happy to have you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's time to, before we get into the usual Battle Fridays, we're going to have a little discussion before we do so. This morning we are joined by CEO of the Grenada Cultural Foundation, Alexis-Welsh. As you know, this weekend we are celebrating Emancipation Day here in the Isle of Spice. I'm going to say the vacation. The holiday is on August 1st, but we usually celebrate it on the first Monday thereafter, which would be Monday the 3rd. And we have activities to commemorate this year's activity. This year's celebration is a little bit different. So Ms. Wells is going to share some information with us to see how we can commemorate this annual event. Good morning, Ms. Wells. Auntie Sherma, one Ms. Wells. Good morning, Auntie Sherma.
Ms. Wells, where you going with this Ms. Wells? I might tell you I'm not home, you know. Good morning, Blossom.
How are you?
Daughter of Agatha, Alexis.
Yes, ma'am.
Talented, cultural, waiting for your juvie and your jab and your fancy mask.
I had to wait the next 12 months. What I'll do?
Cool. It's in your blood.
It's in my blood. You know? It's in my blood. So,
Let me say good morning to your listeners. And I know that they're there. GBN have a set of loyal listeners out there. And I want to tell them, say good morning to them.
That's true.
It's good to be in your company, my dear.
And thank you. I know it's early morning for you, so we thank you very much for sparing some time with us this morning.
You hear the voice. It's very heavy on mornings. And like I told you before we came on air, sometimes folks call and say, "Sir, can I speak to Sherma Wells, please?" And I'll say, "Well, she's not here right now, you know." "Okay, when she come in, tell her Mr. So-and-so call." "Okay, sir, have a good morning." "All right, bye." You know, early in the morning, the heavier my voice. So.
Tricking the people.
Sometimes I tell them she in the bathroom, she gonna call you back.
Lord, Auntie Shoma, you're causing problems. So, Auntie
My
Shoma,
voice is very heavy on mornings. Everybody who happens to know me know that. So.
No worry. Once we can understand what you're saying, we don't mind the voice at all. So this weekend, in Emancipation Weekend, what activities we have? First of all, let's start with the day itself. A few people are not aware of what Emancipation Day celebrates here in Grenada. So just give us some history on what Emancipation and the significance here to the Isle of Spice.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I don't know if it's the same, unfortunately or fortunately. The powers that be at some point in time in our history decided to commemorate, and we like to use the word commemorate because it adds a lot more significance to not just celebrating. Celebration come as part of commemorating. On the first Monday in August, over the years, the administration recognized that the day is the 1st of August. And I say recognize, not that they weren't aware of it, but to put some emphasis on it. And the Cultural Foundation was mandated even before my time to ensure that we honor that day as the day. There was no reason to postpone or cancel out the first Monday in August, which was made a holiday for the purpose of emancipation. It was already traditional, yeah? So we find that St. Andrews continued to hold that day sacred and honor it as symbolic as the emancipation. And we applaud them for that. They've been doing a lot of work on it. That Grenadians, when they speak about emancipation, they speak about August Monday. However, we must be cognizant of the truth and the fact that Emancipation Day is the 1st of August. 1938, the enslaved Africans, we are told in today's context not to refer to our people as slaves, but our enslaved ancestors, the enslaved Africans were freed, on plantations here. So Saturday is Emancipation Day, Blossom. Indeed it is, yeah?
Understood. I was about to speak to the folks on TV, but they may not be able to hear. To the folks on TV, I understand we were having some technical issues with that platform. I have made the guy in Master Control aware of the situation, and we'll try to fix it as soon as possible. I'll try to answer some of the WhatsApp as well to let you know that we're working on it. So just in case, the off chance that you may be hearing me, we are aware and we're working on it. Sorry, Auntie Shoma, let's get back to the discussion.
Okay. Are you saying that I got up this morning and get so pretty for TV and I'm not on TV?
They're seeing you.
I'm very upset.
They're seeing you, but they just may not be hearing you. The activities to commemorate emancipation, what are we doing? I know we have to take into consideration the COVID-19 pandemic, but of course we can have some sort of celebration. What are we doing?
Well, I want to first say to the folks out there that, because, you know, the folks in St. Andrews, Seydu, they usually put on a flambeau march. You know, you dress up in your ethnic wear and stuff like that the Monday night. Well, that is not going to happen because of they're going to be doing some virtual presentations to commemorate the whole emancipation period. So folks have to look out for that online, yeah? As from the Cultural Foundation's perspective, all our plans, as you would recognize, went through the back door. They didn't even fly through the front. COVID just grabbed them out of the back door and went with them, you know. So we had to now go back to the drawing board and redesign to suit the protocols in place. However, we found it necessary, after all the struggles that we've been hearing across the world, especially as it relates to freedom and justice and equality, we coined a theme for this year which says, from emancipation to modern day freedom, the struggles continue from 1838 to 2020. And we see the struggles across the world. We see it in the United States with all the injustices that's taking place. This is happening in London and other parts of the world. So we felt it was important to bring us some form of awareness that these struggles still continue in the world. Although we are not facing that kind of struggle, we still understand that the African race, being dominated by the Europeans and enslaved by them, they still have to struggle for what is their right and not a privilege, which is their freedom. Yeah? So that is what we coined as our theme for this year's commemoration. What we plan to do physically, as we are aware, there is a number of basements, dungeons. They were referred to as basements in modern day times, but they certainly were dungeons that our ancestors were held in particular in the St. George's city. I know that there were other places where ships came in with them, but that is a significant area. And the Melville Street Barracks, for example, where the police have their canteen and so on, the guys play basketball, just under that building, which used to be the school, next to the medical center, there is one particular dungeon there where the slaves were held in shackles and chains when they were brought in from the ships right there in the bay. And they were kept there and then brought into that square and greased down, washed down and greased down. So, you know, they can look healthy and strong and nice, pretty skin. A lot of menelin was there at the time. And taken from there in shackles across to the market square to be hanged. No, sorry, to be sold on the auction block. I say hang because I want to also state the fact that there were trees lining the market square where our ancestors were also hanged for very minimal issues, you know, during slavery. So we have two particular areas that is extremely important to us. We would have established a plaque in memory of our ancestors on one of the pillars in the market where people can go and see and read. The tourists also take pictures and so on of it. So we're going to be going there on Saturday morning around 11 o'clock, simply to lay wreaths in those areas and to bless them and offer prayer, read some scripture. We're not making it into a public activity because of COVID, but folks would like to witness it if you can. Remember that you ought to wear your mask and keep your distance. And following that, we're going to be going to the Blue Street Mall, where the Jambalassi folks will be having their jab house. The Lafayette drummers will also be there playing drums, etc. And the reason being we're heading there is to read the proclamation. And we're hoping to do so at midday as it was done in the market square in 1838 on the 1st of August. We want people to be aware of the important issues within the proclamation that provided the freedom for our people. We want them to know and understand it in the sense that it wasn't the greatest piece of document. Basically, it was giving an opportunity to our foreparents to remain in slavery or to free themselves. When you read the proclamation and they say to you, you are living in a particular place that you know all your life. There are people who were born into slavery here in Grenada. So that's all they knew. That's their life. And they're saying to them, I'm going to give you that freedom, but hear this, when you leave, go with just what you have. Because they had an apprenticeship period where they existed for 4 years from 1834. That was apprenticeship because the proclamation, the freedom was given in 1834, but there was an apprenticeship period where the Africans had to remain working for massa. They gave them a little piece of land where they could have planted a little something, and you know, but it was a transitionary period from slavery to total freedom. So they had 4 years. It's like a practicing for massa to put himself in order before you allow these people to be freed to their rights and, you know, and their freedom. So what the proclamation is saying to them, listen, when you leave, whatever you have, you go with it. You leave everything else behind. In other words, he was saying to them, if you remain, you still have a little piece of land in the back of the house. You could plant your two breadfruit, plantain, whatever. But when you go, where you go? You don't know where to go. And they were faced with a situation, well, what is out there? Should I remain? You know, we don't know if one or two of them remain. We're not sure. There's no history to say that. But that proclamation was really, in some instances, even a subliminal threat to the African people to remain in slavery. That's how wicked it is. So we want people to hear that. We want people to understand. Even when they were about to get their freedom, there was still been caution that it is not the best thing for them to do. There is another option, a safe option, you know. So we're going to be reading the proclamation on in front of the Esplanade on Saturday at midday. We also appeal to the churches to peal their bells at midday, which was done at that time, you know, sending the message across the country that they've been freed. And also, we ask people to blow their car horns and you know, as they go about their business at midday on that day. Significantly, we also want to appeal to people to wear something ethnic on Saturday. I know in the past we have had market vendors and so on. The market is closed, but nevertheless, they're there to wear something ethnic. The market has always been a significant place that housed them for a numerous amount of years, but our blood of our ancestors was shed right there, you know? So that is basically what we're going to be doing. On the Sunday, we are going to be doing a virtual panel discussion where we're going to be having a number of persons discussing emancipation. And we have put a panel together that we felt can really bring the message, bring the understanding to make Grenadians more aware of the importance of emancipation, the struggles of the African people, and you know, how much they had to fight for that freedom and where we are today. So we're looking at it from a context of the world situation, the Black Rights Matter situation, the colorism situation, because there's also colorism among our Black people. And that colorism it actually came out, the colorism and the crab in the barrel syndrome came out from Massa. He had favored colors. And you know, when Bob Marley talk about being mentally enslaved, these are some of the things that we still have with us, the crab in the barrel, the one person to the top pull them down because Massa had that house slave who he favored, yeah? And the rest of the slave, it was traumatic for them. So they were always against this person who was the house slave. So pull him down. And that's where the whole crab in a barrel syndrome come from, you know, and the color, because I am clearer than another one or darker, you know, the whole thing came out of slavery. When we were free people in Africa, we didn't care what shade of color you were. As a matter of fact, we were more closer with our melanin because Massa infiltrated us and gave us different shades, eh? You know? So this is something that is interesting to note. And, you know, people ask the question, why the Chinese and the Indians are so progressive and so work together collectively, and why it is that the Black people are so separated. And, you know, and when you really, really look at it, not only did it exist out of slavery, oppression in Africa, yeah, apartheid, all these things of the European on the Black race created those mental issues that have us so entrapped today that we cannot work together as a people and emulate others and ensure that our people blossom in the world. You know, when you look at the trials and tribulations of the Blacks in the United States, where did it come from? From slavery. So this is why emancipation is so important to us, Blossom. And I'll tell you something, I want to bring it to the next level now. We are hammering and clamoring for carnival. Yeah? According to what people for donkey years now, I've been saying to the folks involved in carnival, the Jabs, the Calypsonians, etc., you need to start paying homage to ancestors, yeah, and honoring Emancipation Day, because I'll tell you why. In the Caribbean context, If we didn't have emancipation, we wouldn't have what we have as carnival today. You ever hear Calypsonian in European carnival? Blossom? You ever hear about drum beating in European carnival?
Nope.
You ever hear about a jab in European carnival? You ever hear about a juve in New Orleans? Where these things came from? Now, you'll have a nice little friend, Citizen Rolo, who seemed to, I don't know if he misinterpreted or if I don't bring the message clearly enough. When I say that, and I speak in the context of a Caribbean carnival, carnival don't belong to us, but we have our own Caribbean carnival, which came as a result of our ancestors being freed. Listen to the story. The history tells us that morning, they waited with bated breath. I didn't write it. For Petit Jou, little day, little light, whatever the French interpretation, to come out into the streets. Yeah? With a pan beating, the drum beating. What do you think the concept of the Veco, the concept of the shortly, in spite of the fact that some of their wear might be somewhat European with the pantaloons and so on. But the whole aspect of this guise, where do you think the Shakespeare mask came from? Why it is they're reading Shakespeare and camouflaging themselves and whipping each other with a whip that Massa used to whip them with when they realized that they could read. Because why? If you check the history of Caracou, you'll see that a lot of the plantations were owned by the Scottish. Maybe all the mills and these people, maybe they used to read a lot of Shakespeare. And that is how the slaves, the enslaved Africans, learned to read from Shakespeare. And if Massa know he can read, he in trouble. So let's disguise ourselves so Massa don't know who reading. And if Massa hold him, Massa gonna whip him. So he had to protect himself, his head, etc., from that whipping. That's Shakespeare mask. Yeah.
Sorry, Auntie Shoma. Speaking of Shakespeare mask, are there any activities planned for the Sister Isles for emancipation? How would we get them involved?
You have to remember that the regatta is part of the whole concept there of that weekend, and they are doing their own thing as well. Yeah, they're doing their own. I think they're going to be having around the island race and so on. They take it from a different perspective to how we would do it. Definitely. But at the same point in time, the weekend in itself is used for celebrating and commemorating and, paying attention to who we are as a people and our culture, And speaking about our culture, when we look at the dominant culture within our nation, we know it came from our ancestors or African ancestors. What is Saraka? What is maroon? When we cook in a big pot, when we cook it, we move in a house. Long ago, people come together and they move a house and they cook food. Huh? We talk about it. I get kind of passionate, Blossom, on these issues. We talk about Jamaica having maroons. We had maroons. The slaves escaped and went into the hills not too long ago. There was one that was found out over the Grand Roy Concord area there in the hills up there. Remnants of a settlement of slaves that were freed. So we have to start understanding this. You want to play a job? Trust me. If we didn't have emancipation, you, Blossom Alexis, would never be so passionate about job because you would not even know what it is. You would not have existed. Yeah?
True.
They gave it to us. Their freedom, they brought it out for us August the 1st. They did it. You see, let me say this to you. Yes, we can say that the spark or the genesis of our Caribbean carnival came from the European because they had it. They had it on the plantations, yeah? And our little brothers and sisters there, they did their own thing in the background with their drumming, whilst Massa in the big house with all the fancy masquerade and the feathers, all the feathers, and then you're talking about playing pretty mass and so on. That came from the Europeans, yeah? But the slaves, they had to interpret their own thing and work with what they have. So in mimicking master, they did their own thing in the back. And that is what we inherit. The Calypsonians in this country have to understand that that is where Calypso came from. They talk about the griot. The griot is a messenger, the one who brings the message from tribe to tribe, whether it's in song or in verse or whatever. You never hear no Frenchman singing no Calypso. Yeah? So it came from our African ancestors. Beating of the drum. Now, ever know you have bamboo in France? I don't know that. When they talk about can boule is burning up the cane at the end of the crop or whatever. Where bamboo come out? Busting of the bamboo. Last time we can go on and on and on and talk about these things, yeah? But what is key and important, when we talk about the culture, and I want to song this message to all them who crying out for the job and juvie this morning. You need to first cry out for emancipation. You need to cry out for emancipation and put it in its rightful place and understand it, because without it, you would not be free. And you will not be crying out to play a job or a juvie in 2020 under COVID.
Adishama, thank you so much for this history lesson and letting us know what's taking place this weekend for Emancipation Day. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Come on, folks. If you can't come on, listen up somewhere. Blossom, it's a pleasure preaching this morning.
It's educational. Don't worry about it. Thank you very much, Adishama. Have yourself a good day. Stay safe.
You too, my love.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Thank you. That was CEO of the Cultural Foundation, Shoma Wells, as Grenada prepares to commemorate Emancipation Day. The day is really on August 1st, tomorrow, God willing. But of course, we recognize the holiday on the first Monday thereafter, which is the 3rd, this coming Monday. There are activities to commemorate the occasion. So any way that you can participate, please feel free to do so while also observing the COVID-19 protocols. Before we take the break, I understand that the volume on the television is back up and running. Thank you very much, Timothy, for your assistance in Master Control. And just a correction this morning, I spoke about the Ministry of Education's summer program. I've been told that it continues on Tuesday, God's willing. The next class would be on the 4th, not today. The next class is on the 4th next week, Tuesday, God willing, for the Ministry of Education summer program at the 4 centers that I've mentioned this morning. All right, let's get ready for the break. And then when we come back, we're going to see if we can possibly do maybe 2 Battle Friday clashes. Stick and stay. This is Good Morning Grenada on Classic GBN Hot 98. We'll be right back.
Our superheroes are all among us. They don't wear capes nor have superpowers. In fact, they appear to be quite ordinary. They are the ones who provide us with food. They are our farmers, our grocery store workers, our vendors. They are our fishermen. They are the ones who heal us, our doctors and medical practitioners. They are the ones who protect us, our police officers. They are all the other essential workers who make this period bearable. And how can we forget our teachers, dedicated to educating our children no matter the circumstance? To everyone who is doing their part to make sure the wheel keeps turning, Ariza says, thank you.
Bruv.
Hello? I can't see you.
What's good?
But I can't even hear you.
Yo.
Hello? Hello? Ah.
Okay, I see you. I'm good. I'm coming in.
Ah. There you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicell's super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicell.
The Esplanade Mall. Something for everyone. Go on a shopping spree today and experience some magic.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look.
All right, we're back inside. Good morning, Grenada. Let's get right into it. It is time for... Battle Friday's time. It's just about 12 minutes to 8, so let's see if we can maybe squeeze in 2 of the battles this morning to get into the fun or more fun. All right, let's see what is happening now. We are going to start with this one. When you wake up in the morning and you feel for a little hot chocolate, do you want Ovaltine or Milo? Not local cocoa. Don't call and tell me it's local cocoa you want. That's not the topic this morning. The first battle, Ovaltine or Milo? Somebody on WhatsApp that give me that one this morning. Ovaltine or Milo? That's the first battle. 435-2041. Hit me up on the WhatsApp. Message me on the WhatsApp. Write out your message on the WhatsApp. Milo or Ovaltine? Don't voice or video call me. Don't voice note. Don't send me a picture or the logo of either company. No. Just write it out. Milo is 4 letters. O-V-A-L-T-I-N-E. Ovaltine is 8. Milo or Ovaltine? That's the first battle. You can also participate on the GBN Television Facebook page and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. So the first one, Ovaltine or Milo? Which one you're choosing the first thing in the morning? Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How you do?
Not too bad, and you?
I did it, man. I did it.
Thank God for life.
Thank God for life. Amen.
I go with a nice hot cup of Milo.
Milo, okay.
Plenty milk.
Plenty milk, all right.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, have a blessed day.
You too.
Just put another one for Milo.
Milo, all right, Timmy. Milo it is. 2 for Milo so far. Where we going? Hot cup of Milo or hot cup of Ovaltine? Plenty milk or little milk? Let's go. That's the first battle. Let me see how we could fly through. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
How you do?
I'm good.
Ovaltine or Milo?
I like Ovaltine.
Ovaltine, thank you. Everybody had their own. What is your favorite, Milo or Ovaltine? Let we go. Let me see if anybody on somebody on YouTube says Ovaltine. Good morning, British Virgin Islands. Let me see what's on Facebook. Facebook says Milo, Ovaltine, Milo. 5 for Milo, 3 for Ovaltine. Which is your favorite, Milo or Ovaltine? That's the first battle this morning. Somebody on WhatsApp says Ovaltine. Let's go. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How you do?
I'm good.
Milo or Ovaltine?
Milo,
thank you. Milo or Ovaltine? Only know you have Milo biscuit? Yes, just as Ovaltine have Ovaltine biscuit, Milo say, don't think you're overshadowing me. Milo come through with a biscuit. Don't get time for them. Let me go. Ovaltine or Milo? Good morning.
A nice hot cup of Milo with some spice in it.
Yes, you're well right. All right, thank you. All right, Miss Jacob. Miss Jacob, I saw your name on the birthday list. You sent birthday greetings for somebody this morning. I can't remember what was the name. There we go. Milo or Ovaltine? WhatsApp, I come in my holiday just now. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Milo or Ovaltine?
Milo,
thank you. Milo, take off with that speed. Milo on 8, Ovaltine on 4. Let me see what's going on by the WhatsApp. WhatsApp say where we started by the WhatsApp, right? What I gotta say Milo say. WhatsApp say Milo. I guess it's understood that local cocoa win. Maybe. Milo. What? Somebody on WhatsApp say Ovaltine. Milo all the way with condensed milk. Milo. Ovaltine all the way Blossom. Ovaltine, Milo. Do you eat milk and Milo under the house? Oh, great, eyes on Milo. I'm having Milo now, When I say Milo, a lot of times it's something kind of funny in my head now. Okay, fine. When I was growing up, these things had taste. Now you have to use so much to get the taste. None for me. In truth, I never recognize the difference, I'll be honest. Good morning, Milo. Milo. Bloss like we prefer the refined chocolate than the local. No, not necessarily. And if I do local cocoa winning. I know that. When I feel like I put it in the battle. All right, let me see. This one says Ovaltine. Milo by 5. I put in 2. Milo all the way. The less refined. Milo. Hold on, phone lines are coming back there now. Milo forever. I don't know what is Ovaltine. So Milo. Ovaltine is the one in the orange container. Orange. You can't miss it down the aisle. Let me see. Let me wrap up my Milo and Ovaltine. So let me go back on YouTube. YouTube says Ovaltine and Milo. Let me go back on Facebook. Facebook says, hold on, love both but Ovaltine and Milo. And then the last caller for this one. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning, Pastor.
How you do?
Hi, Dan. How are you?
I did, man, Nenny. You're fighting?
I'm enjoying you so much.
Eh?
I'm enjoying your program so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And I prefer Ovaltine.
Ovaltine. All right. Thank you, Nenny. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Ovaltine. So let me see what's going on there. Milo, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 33 for Milo. Ovaltine is 10 and 2, 12. So 12 for Ovaltine, 30. What? Milo say, look me. Milo say, look me. All right, let me see where I'm going with the next one. The next one we're going to do this morning. Hold on. The next one we're going to do is... Hold on, eh? You know what? Because we're about to start August, what should have been Spice Mass 2020, the next one here, what's going on? Is either, which you prefer, Juve or Pretty Mass? Juve or Pretty Mass? That's the next one. We have 4 minutes to do this one. Which one you prefer? If you do not, listen, if you don't participate in Carnival is not your thing, wait for the next battle. This is for the people who like the mass, who participate, whether you're playing or you're watching or you're spectating from home or in person. This is for you. If Carnival is not anything, hold on, just now. So, Juve or Fancy Mass, which one? Hey, good morning. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How you do?
Ade?
All right, Juve or Fancy Mass? Juve. All right, thank you. Juve. Oh, yeah, sorry. How dare I apologize to the WhatsApper. How dare I try to start a battle and not... How dare I? Now we're getting into the thing. Juve or Fancy Mass, which you prefer if we had Carnival 2020? I miss it already. Oh, Lord, let me go. Okay, let me go. Back in the mass. Juve or Fancy Mass, which you prefer, whether it's to spectate or to participate, which one you prefer? Let me see. YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook. Facebook gives me 2 Juve already. Let me see what's on WhatsApp. Oi. You have a lot of job players on the WhatsApp, innit? Juve or Fancy Mass, good morning.
Good morning.
How you do?
Good.
Juve or Fancy Mass? Juve, thank you. Juve, I should ask all it all oil or paint. Because I mean, it looks like, that look like licks, boy. Hold on there. Hey, no joke I'm making. Look at Fancy Mass person in the dance. Hold on. Somebody on WhatsApp, tell me. Hold on the WhatsApp. I'm coming just now. You know what? Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Fancy Mass or Juve?
Juve, girl. It was bad.
You're well right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. She sounds like she does deep in the Juve. Don't got time. All right, let me see what's going on. Caller him. Caller, I like you. All right, let me see. Pretty Mass, Juve. Fancy Mass, of course. Juve, jab. Juve with real oil. Juve, love my jab. Jab forever. Church camp. I like church camp. Los, Juve. Last one just spelling for Juve. Juve, Pretty Mass, rain, sun, thunder, lightning, storm. You're well right. Pretty Mass. Pretty mass, yes, mommy. I know that's why I used to like Juve, because you get our culture and history real mealy. Short knee. Fancy mass. Juve is the bomb. Juve all the way. Both of them have their own merits. Can't choose. Maybe Juve. Nah, you had to pick. Don't try to trick me. Juve wine? Where's Juve wine? Juve, I'm assuming you're trying to write. Let me say Juve. Lord. Hold on. Tuesday morning, Juve in Crown City. Juve all the way. What is fancy mass? You're disrespectful to the fancy mass. Pretty mass for me. Let me go. Juve or fancy mass? Let's try to wrap it up. Let me go back by YouTube in the meantime. Pretty mass by 3. I put it on all 3. 1, 2, 3. I put it on all 3. Let me see what's on Facebook. Juve or fancy mass? Juve. Sotter's Tuesday Juve. Fancy mass. Yes, Miss Puzzler. No, that way you're bad. Fancy mass it is. Juve or fancy mass? I'm gonna wrap it up. Let's see what is on WhatsApp in the meantime. Phone line ringing. Yeah, phone line ringing. Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, baby. How you do?
Good.
Fancy mass or Juve?
Fancy mass.
Thank you very much, baby. Have a good day.
Yes.
All right. Fancy mass. I like that, baby. Hey, I thought you were going to tell me Juve, but I like it. Juve for my father. Juve for my father. Juve by 20. Joke making a putting on 2. Don't try to trick me. 1, 2. All it done in front already. Don't try to trick me. All right, I think that is all the votes. We have to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for Oh, I didn't give all of the results. Juve has 510. I'm looking to see if the phone ringing for a fancy mass. Let me see where that person calling for. Good morning. Morning, caller. Juve. All right, thank you. That was a Juve, rounding off Juve to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 for Juve. Fancy mass is 12. I ain't sure. I think I'm a fancy mass. But Juve is nice. I don't know. I'm confused. I start to panic. I don't know, you know. I can't pick. I start to panic. Let me stop there before I start to faint on the People TV. Thank you so much for participating in this very quick. I like speed run. Speedy battle is bomb. I like speedy battle. Thank you guys. Have yourselves a blessed day. Thank you to Miss Wells, Auntie Sherma, for being our guest this morning. Let's join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. Thank you guys so much. Have yourselves a good Friday.